Good. So the next bit of this call will be about the mentoring groups and the different type of mentoring groups and which are the advantages to be a mentor or mentees in the carpentry. So I will share my screen if I'm able to do it. You are supposed now to see my screen, and let's see if I can move to the, I cannot move to the presentation. Yes. So hope everyone now can see my screen with my presentation. If not, just let me know, but I think should be fine. So the first thing that I want to mention is what the mentoring groups are. And basically, the mentoring groups are small groups or 4 or 5 mentees plus 1 mentor. And the main object or main goal of these groups is basically support the instructors while they progress through teaching, training, or development of the different lessons or building different communities. So here you can see the date and deadline for this year. Basically, we will have 2 different rounds of the mentoring program. The first one is already started with the application, but the application will close in a week, and then in a couple of days we will basically create the small groups, and we will match the mentor and the mentees based on the interest that they have. And there will be in the middle of the road this mentoring power meeting, and finally in the end that is supposed to be the October 15th, we will have a showcase. So basically every group will be asked to prepare one slide and present what they learn during this period. And after that, we will have a second round that will start in October, and basically the path will be the same. Here, what you can see on, yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Can you click the presentation button in the upper right-hand corner, the yellow button, condividi?
Wait.
On the upper right.
I lost my presentation now.
Yeah.
It's much better now. No, this one.
I think it's the yellow button, isn't it? The condividi?
I cannot see it. Oh, because you are not seeing my presentation. You are seeing my screen.
Right. Yes.
Sorry, because on my screen, I have the actual presentation. I don't know why. Let me try to stop the sharing and try to do something like this. Is it better now?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so sorry, I shared the Firefox and not the window with the presentation. On this slide, what you can see is the different type of mentoring groups. Basically, we have different mentoring groups. One of them is focused on the lessons and how to maintain and develop the lesson. Other 2 are focuses on workshops. So basically how to improve the teaching skills or how to organize a workshop. So all the logistics behind the workshop. And the last one is about community building. This is just an overview. In a few moments, I will just go in deep on each of these groups. Oops. So the advantages to be involved with the mentoring groups are basically that, especially for the instructors that are very initial stage, they can talk with more experienced instructors, so the mentors, but also to have this kind of peer-to-peer conversation. So other people at similar stage we discuss with. Other important pros are like the clarification why we teach, what we teach, and the contribute to the community, learning challenging that the new instructors are facing while they start their career as carpentry instructors, and basically share your experience. And the thing I think is very important is that the group are very small, and so it's also much more easier to relate with the other people and have very productive discussions. So here you can see the outline for the lesson maintenance group. So all the slides for each of the mentoring groups will start and close with the same sentence. So basically, all the groups are required to have kind of introduction, review of the carpentries community culture, and communication challenge. So everyone can know how to communicate with the other and have this start from the same ground, basically. And the other thing that we ask in the end of each of these groups is basically to produce a slide for the final showcase and attend to the final showcase to basically show what they discussed during the mentoring program. In particular, for the lesson maintenance, one of the important things is just to discuss about the lesson objectives, and this is, I think, very important because sometimes you teach without knowing what you are supposed to teach, which are the very high objective that the teacher should aim to. The other thing is that I don't know if you are aware, but I think so, especially for the two people that just got the certificate, because I think when I did it, one of the tasks for the checkout was basically to fire an issue or a pull request to one of the lessons. So basically, this is one of the main points to discuss with your mentor. So discuss with the issue that people can raise and understand how to solve them, or dealing with the pull requests that other people fire to the lesson and understand if they can be incorporated or not. The other thing for this group that I think is very interesting is the possibility to meet with the lesson maintainers that are very experienced people that are involved in the lesson development and maintenance. And the other thing is that the last the point before the last, so basically discuss about the challenge questions and write new challenges and fire pull requests to add the new challenges. So about the teaching workshop, so this is one of the two groups about the workshop. The teaching one is, of course, more focused on how to teach. And I think this is very important because in this mentoring group, you will have the chance to try to teach in your small group of people, get instant feedback, and have also practice in the middle of the let's say of the way, and get very quickly feedback, understand which are the best practice to teach different lessons, and the main point here is really relate with the other and try to understand which are the basic error maybe that for the first time people are doing during the presentation. In particularly, in my experience, this is very important because I realized that when you teach 5, 6, 7 courses in the carpentry, and then you are I mean, this is my experience, a little bit more relaxed. So I do so many things that for me are very, very common, like tab completion or stuff like that, that for the people that are first experiencing programming is not a common thing. So I think this is a very good mentoring group. And of course, also in this case, the final step will be prepare the slide for the final showcase. This is the second group focus on the workshops. In this case, is all the logistics of the workshop. So how to organize the workshop, where to find the resources, improve, if possible, the checklist that the carpentry has to check if everything is set up correctly for the workshop, and in particular try to find possible gaps or something that is not covered by the existing checklist. And there are also the possibility to discuss of all the tools that the people have to organize the workshop, like Eventbrite or Spreadsheet or any other tools to plan the workshop. And another thing very interesting is these identify potential issue, like for example, people that register for the event and then they are not showing up. For example, in this case, it's very interesting discussing about fees, if it's important to have a fees or not, how to react if people are not showing up, so refund the fees, not refund the fees, or how to deal with code of conduct violations. And finally, the last mentoring group is the one about community building. I think also this one is really interesting, and the main point on this one, as you see on the slide, is first of all discuss if this community exists where you are working, and I mean share your experience of if this community is not present, how to build it. And here there are, for example, some list of tools that can be used to build this community, like the meetups or the Aki hours. Discuss about all the communication tools that the carpentry has, like Slack or Jitter. And I think the main point of this mentoring program is basically to draft a plan for a local community. And so basically try really to build a community, or try to plan how to build a community, doing a practical exercise. And also, again, for this mentoring group, we require to prepare this final slide for the showcase. And I remind you that everything I said to you and more information are on the Carpentries Handbook, and here you can see the link. The same link is also pasted on the Etherpad for the today's call. And apart from this link on the Etherpad of today's call, maybe I will paste the link in the chat later. You also have, if you don't have register for as a mentor or mentees, the link to do that, and also more information about the carpentries. So I think it's everything from my side. This is a very quick overview of the 4 different groups, and I hope that it's a little bit more clear the goal of each different mentoring groups. So now, if you have any question, I will try to reply to them, or if I'm not able, Erin for sure will be. So I will stop sharing my screen. I will be back in video.
Hi, I had a question. That was an excellent presentation. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
I was wondering, is it preferable to have a mentor in the local area that should be doing meetings and training sessions?
So the idea is that we will do everything through Zoom or Skype or any kind of platform the groups want. What we are trying to do, since we have all the mentees and all the mentors, is also maybe try to create this group with people in the local area, or at least in the same how do you call it, in the same hour shift.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I mean, we will do our best to do that, because I know that sometimes it's very complicated if you're in a country and your mentor is exactly on the other side of the world. Could be difficult, especially because the groups are not very big. So if you are only four people, if just a couple of them are missing the call, could be a little bit more complicated.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
I know that there are several other data librarians in my area who are interested in pursuing Carpentries training and getting involved, but they're not certified yet. Would they still be eligible to participate in the mentoring program, or would that not be the right thing for them right now?
So in theory, also in practice, we prioritize people that have certified instructors.
Okay.
But it depends how many people will register. If we have enough space, we'll also accommodate these other people. But in general, we tend to have only certified instructors to have, let's say, a common ground. But of course, if you are interested to involve them, you can be involved in the community building and try to involve them.
Okay. Thanks.
No problem.
Other questions or comments?
Okay.
Tobin, do you have anything? Oh, go ahead, Al.
Oh, I'm sorry. I look forward to it. Sounds like a great program.
Thank you, Al. Tobin, did you have anything you want to add?
No, that was a great summary, Marco. Thank you. And I like how the groups have a bit more structure this time. I think I might sign up to be a mentor and a mentee in different categories.
Thanks, Tobin.
So if there are not any additional questions, I don't know. Mara and Hal, did you already register as mentees?
Yes, I already completed the application.
Okay.
I did not register yet. I'll get to it as soon as possible.
Okay. Good. So I don't know, Erin, if there are not additional questions. I mean, we expected more people, so I don't know if you don't have any question. I don't know what to add. If you have something to add, please feel
No,
free.
this is great. Thank you, Al and Mara, for attending and for your questions. We're really looking forward to having you in the program. We'll post this recording to YouTube so that people who weren't able to attend are able to get the details. And let's end half an hour early so people can maybe get some coffee or lunch or whatever time it is there.
Okay, great. Thank you very much. Have a great afternoon or evening.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Erin, I have to stop the record. No. Erin, did you stop
Yes, I'm just stopping.